Are you looking for a starter bourbon? Can't decide which is which? We've got you covered. If you're new to bourbon and not quite sure where to start, we're going to break down the top 10 best bourbons for beginners, all priced under 40 bucks. Whether you're into sweet, spicy, or smooth flavors, there's something here for everyone. My name is Robert Moore. Welcome to School of Wine and Spirits. Welcome back to the channel, bourbon lovers and curious newcomers. If you're just starting your journey into the world of bourbon, you might be wondering, which bottles should I try first? With so many options, it can be overwhelming. But don't worry, I've got 10 excellent bourbons that are approachable for beginners and all priced under 40 bucks. I've carefully selected bourbons that offer a range of flavor profiles, from sweet and caramel forward to bold and spicy. You'll discover something that suits your taste buds. We're going to dive right in. First, we've got Evan Williams Black Label. This bourbon has a smooth, easy drinking profile. It's perfect for those new to bourbon or looking for a reliable, affordable option. A Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, it's made by Heaven Hill Brands at the Heaven Hill Distillery in Louisville, Kentucky. At 86 proof, it has no age statement, which indicates that it's at least 4 years old. With a mash bill of 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley, the aged spirit has a golden oak color. The MSRP varies by market, but generally it runs about 15 bucks a bottle. The nose on this bourbon offers light scents of oak, vanilla, and caramel, with a hint of orange zest. The palate reveals a smooth drinker with flavors of oak, brown sugar, and caramel, accompanied by a slight rye spice. The finish is medium long, featuring a gentle rye spice that lingers, along with charred oak and leather notes. Evan Williams Black Label is a well-balanced bourbon with a classic profile, making it a great choice for both new and seasoned bourbon enthusiasts. Its approachable flavor and smooth finish make it versatile for sipping neat, on the rocks, or in cocktails. Next, we've got Buffalo Trace. This bourbon is crafted at one of the oldest distilleries in America. Its rich history and consistent quality make it a favorite among bourbon enthusiasts. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made by Sazerac Company at the Buffalo Trace Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky. At 90 proof, it has no age statement, but is typically a blend of 7 to 9 year whiskey. The mash bill is 86% corn, 6% rye, and 8% malted barley, with the aged spirit displaying a medium amber color. The MSRP varies by market, but generally runs around 25 to 40 bucks a bottle. However, given the occasional Buffalo Trace craze, this one can be difficult to find at times. The nose gives us sweet caramel, vanilla, oak, and subtle notes of red fruit. The palate reveals balanced flavors of caramel, vanilla, oak, and gentle spice with a touch of grain. The medium-long finish provides notes of oak, vanilla, and lingering sweetness. This is a classic bourbon known for its balance and complexity. It's a versatile whiskey that can be enjoyed neat, on the rocks, or in cocktails. Coming in next is Elijah Craig Small Batch, Sweet Tooth Satisfaction. This whiskey has flavors of thick maple syrup, brown sugar, and a hint of cinnamon spice. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made by Heaven Hill Brands at Heaven Hill Distillery, primarily sourced from the Bernheim Distillery. Coming in at 94 proof, it has no age statement, but is typically aged from 8 to 12 years. The mash bill is 78% corn, 12% barley, and 10% rye, with the aged spirit exhibiting a rich amber color with reddish hues. While the MSRP varies by market, it generally comes in between 23 and 40 bucks a bottle. The nose gives us sweet caramel, vanilla, oak, and a hint of spice with underlying notes of nuttiness. It has rich, complex flavors of caramel, vanilla, oak, and spice with a touch of fruitiness on the palate. The long, warm finish gives notes of oak, vanilla, and lingering spice. Elijah Craig Small Batch is a well-respected bourbon known for its balance of sweetness and spice. It's a versatile whiskey that can be enjoyed neat, on the rocks, or in cocktails. Old Forester 86 is one of the most reliable bourbons out there. This one's perfect for beginners because of its balanced flavors and light body. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made by Brown-Forman Corporation at the Old Forester Distillery in Louisville, Kentucky. At 86 proof, this bourbon has no age statement, which means it's at least 4 years old. The mash bill is 72% corn, 18% rye, 10% malted barley, and the aged spirit exhibits a medium amber color with golden hues. The nose has balanced aromas of caramel, vanilla, and light oak with subtle hints of dried fruit and mild spice. The palate is light-bodied with flavors of sweet caramel, oak, and a touch of dark chocolate, followed by faint notes of green apple and cinnamon. The finish is short and smooth, leaving behind a lingering hint of peppery spice and sweet vanilla. Old Forester 86 is a straightforward, approachable bourbon that's well suited for those looking for an easy sipper. Its classic flavor profile makes it versatile for sipping neat or mixing in cocktails without being overly complex. Wild Turkey 101 is a high-proof, high-energy whiskey. This one's perfect for cocktails because the bold caramel and vanilla notes hold their own against mixers. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made by Wild Turkey Distillery at the Wild Turkey Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. At 101 proof, it has no official age statement, but generally is believed to be around 6 to 8 years when it's bottled. With a mash bill of 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley, the aged spirit shows a color of deep amber with reddish hues. The MSRP varies by market, but typically it runs around $25 to $35 a bottle. The nose gives us rich caramel, vanilla, oak, and a hint of spice from the rye. The palate provides bold flavors of caramel, oak, spice, and it has a touch of fruitiness at the end. The long, warm finish with notes of oak, vanilla, and lingering spice satisfies everybody. Overall, Wild Turkey 101 is a classic American bourbon, known for its bold flavor, high proof, and its versatility that can be enjoyed on the rocks, neat, or in cocktails. If you want to know more about bourbon, pick up a copy of my book, America's Spirit, A History of Bourbon. It's on Amazon. Grab a copy. Four Roses Yellow Label is a versatile all-star, a mellow crowd pleaser with delicate floral notes and a gentle sweetness. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made by Four Roses Distillery at the Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. It's 90 proof with no age statement, meaning it's at least 4 years old. It's a blend of Four Roses' 2 mash bills. The first is 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% malted barley. The second mash bill is 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley. The actual blend is undisclosed, and they are mighty tight-lipped about it. The aged spirit exhibits a medium amber color, and the MSRP varies by market, but generally runs around $20 a bottle. On the nose, we get floral notes, red apple, caramel, and vanilla with a hint of spice. The palate is smooth and balanced with flavors of red fruit, caramel, oak, and a gentle spice. The medium-long finish provides notes of oak, vanilla, and a lingering sweetness. Overall, Four Roses Yellow Label is a well-balanced and approachable whiskey that showcases the distillery's unique approach to bourbon making. It's known for its floral and fruity character, making it a popular choice for both beginners and experienced whiskey drinkers. What can we say about Maker's Mark? This bourbon is known for its smooth and approachable flavor profile. Crafted with a unique mash bill featuring red winter wheat instead of rye, it offers a distinctive sweetness and balance that sets it apart from traditional bourbons. A Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, it's produced by Suntory Global Spirits at the Maker's Mark Distillery in Loretto, Kentucky. At 90 proof, this bourbon has no age statement, but the whiskey is aged 6 or 7 years before bottling. The mash bill is 70% corn, 16% wheat, and 14% malted barley, and the aged spirit exhibits a deep amber color. The MSRP varies by market, but is generally around $30 to $40 a bottle. It gives you a nose of sweet vanilla, caramel, and red fruit, with a hint of oak. The palate is smooth and balanced with flavors of vanilla, caramel, and oak. The medium-long finish gives notes of vanilla, oak, and a gentle sweetness. This is a classic bourbon, known for its smooth and approachable character. It's characterized by its signature red wax-dipped bottle, and it's a popular choice for beginners and experienced whiskey drinkers alike. For something a little bit different, try 1792 Small Batch. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made by Sazerac Company at the Barton 1792 Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. At 93.7 proof, it has no age statement, so it's at least aged 4 years or more. Here is another mash bill that's been protected from our investigations. We can usually find somebody to spill the beans, but this company is notoriously tight-lipped. It's advertised as high rye, so it's probably 15 to 25% rye, and it lives up to its advertising with the spicy profile. More on that in a minute. The aged spirit is honey-colored with an MSRP that comes in around $30 to $35 a bottle. The nose opens with rich caramel and vanilla aromas, complemented by notes of toasted oak, ripe fruit, and a hint of baking spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. The palate is bold and full-bodied, with flavors of sweet caramel, dark fruit, vanilla, and layers of black pepper, oak, and spice that provide depth and complexity. The finish is long and warm with lingering spice, oak, and a touch of sweetness that fades smoothly. 1792 Small Batch is a robust bourbon that strikes a fine balance between sweetness and spice, offering complexity while maintaining approachability. Its bold flavor profile makes it an excellent choice for those who enjoy a fuller-bodied bourbon experience. Larsy Small Batch is another wheated bourbon, similar to Maker's Mark, but it offers a bit more depth and complexity. A Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey made by Heaven Hill Brands at the Heaven Hill Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky, It comes in at 90 proof, and it has no age statement, which means it's at least 4 years old. The mash bill is 38% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley, and the aged spirit exhibits a rose gold color. The MSRP varies by market, but generally it comes in around 25 to 30 bucks a bottle. The nose is rich with aromas of caramel, honey, and a touch of butterscotch, along with subtle hints of toasted oak and baking spices. The palate is smooth and full-bodied, with flavors of sweet corn, vanilla, and caramel, followed by mint, mild notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, and a touch of nuttiness. The finish is medium long with lingering sweetness and a gentle warmth complemented by oak and spice. Larsy Small Batch offers a pleasant balance of sweetness and spice, showcasing its wheated mash bill with a smooth, approachable flavor profile. Its rich flavors make it ideal for both sipping neat and mixing in cocktails. Finally, we have Bulleit Bourbon Frontier Whiskey. Many distillers source their bourbon from a contract producer as they're building their distilleries, and Bulleit Bourbon did exactly that. In 2017, Bulleit began distilling at their new facility in Shelbyville, Kentucky, and now their bourbon has aged to the point where they're bottling their own corn squeezins. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey bottled and now produced by Bulleit Distilling Company, a division of Diageo. It's 90 proof, and the aged whiskey is bottled with no age statement, which means it's at least 4 years old. The mash bill is 68% corn, 28% rye, and 4% malted barley, and the aged whiskey has a medium amber color. The MSRP varies by market, but you'll find it for about 30 bucks a bottle in most areas. The nose reveals a gentle spiciness with sweet oak aromas and hints of vanilla and caramel. The palate shows smooth tones of maple, oak, and nutmeg, complemented by peppery spice. The long dry finish is satiny with a light toffee flavor. This high rye bourbon consistently delivers one of our favorite flavor profiles. Bulleit has turned the corner from being sourced to being produced in-house without sacrificing its consistency. It's a great bourbon for you to start your journey. So there you go. 10 fantastic bourbons under 40 bucks that are perfect for beginners. Whether you're just getting into bourbon or you're looking to expand your collection without breaking the bank, these bottles offer something for everyone. Remember, bourbon is all about exploring different flavors and finding what you enjoy most, so don't be afraid to try new things. Let me know in the comments which of these bourbons you're most excited to try, or if you have any favorites that didn't make the list. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more bourbon recommendations and whiskey reviews. Cheers to discovering great bourbon. Until next time, happy sipping. Oh, and join the party. We're building a community of bourbon lovers. Go to the link in the video description below and hit it. Come on, hit it.